Drivers. If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. So today we're going to talk about, hey, I'll talk to you later. Today we're going to talk about some of the things we need to do to prepare you for the road. Number one, you want to practice defensive driving. I think that's one of the most important things, that you're practicing to be safe, you're practicing to not be in a crash, you're practicing not to rear end someone, and you're practicing to be a really good driver. And you can get rewarded with a lower insurance rate if you practice those things. Practice. Practice. Practice defensive driving remains one of alertness, anticipation of cars, especially when there are a lot of bad drivers around. You've got to keep hazards at bay. Following distance. If you've seen some of my content before, and you have, following distance, I feel, is one of the biggest things. Next, obeying traffic rules. If it's 55, you need to drive at 55. You need to be aware of your surroundings. You want to take deep breaths. You always want to be aware of the hidden dangers, such as semi-trucks, such as other large trucks that are carrying materials that could fall out onto the road. If you're anxious, you need to slow down, take some deep breaths, and calm your nerves. You want to stay with the familiar route. We all travel within about a 25-mile radius of home to work, work to school, school to family member's house, school to the store. You need to learn more than one one-way home, because in the event of an accident or a crash, they're going to shut down the road, so you may have a detour. Next, you want to limit your driving during peak hours. This is in the morning, going to school, going to work, coming home from work, or driving on the late afternoons, a 3:30 to 4:30, a 4:30 to 5:30, because you're going to catch those residuals of heavy traffic. And when you're driving in a heavy traffic, you want to have a positive mindset. You want to be in a really chilled mood. I'm going to refer back to the video that I put out this morning. I was driving very smooth in the middle lane. This allowed me to keep a constant speed, not having to tap my brakes, not tailgating anyone, but also being able to change lanes to the left if I needed to, changing lanes to the right if I needed to. So when you're driving on the expressway, try to stay in that middle lane. You're going to be more successful. It's going to be a lot smoother, and it's going to be a lot more enjoyable if you stay on that middle lane, because that's the smooth lane. The lane to the right, you're going to have cars merging out, semi-trucks merging out, people driving really fast, people driving really slow. So if you want to stay consistent and make better time, you need to be able to merge out properly in the first lane to the right. Then when you get a chance, I need you to merge into the second lane. Having a driving partner, that's not always possible. But if you can have a driving partner, maybe you can pair it with someone. They can be your extra set of eyes. They can say, hey, watch out for that truck coming. Oh, thank you, I didn't see it. Or you are doing a really good job driving. We all need positive reinforcement throughout life. I need positive reinforcement. You need positive reinforcement, such as if this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. Share it with other people. Let's continue. Consider taking driving lessons. I like to see people every 10 years be reevaluated, maybe make a national test to allow people to know street signs, pavement markings, defensive driving strategies, road rage strategies. This way, the public safety will increase, because the public safety is the number one thing. So if we all take a refresher, it's going to make us safer across the United States and the UK and Australia and around the world. WORLD. Next, Plan ahead. If you know at certain times the expressway is going to be busy, I-95 is going to be busy, I-75 going toward Florida is going to be busy, you might have to leave a couple hours earlier. You have to get up a little bit earlier, fill up your gas tank, get your coffee, get your bagel, and then you're on your way. Hello, how are you? Then you're on your way. If you have questions, put them in. When you leave earlier, it's so peaceful. If you were watching me this morning, when I went live, hands-free, I was driving in the middle lane, very peaceful. There was a lot of stop and go traffic, but because I had an increased following distance, it allowed me to be smoother and more consistent. And if I was teaching you how to drive, I want you to have a car length for every 10 miles an hour. So if someone taps their brakes, we just lift our foot off the gas. That's extremely important. Focus on your progress. Me as an instructor, I'm always trying to improve. I'm always looking at things in terms of the country, in terms of the state, in terms of the county. I will be attending a pedestrian safety conference next month. I'm very excited because this is something I want to do as a driving professional to better serve you as an instructor. Because once I learn more about pedestrian safety, you're going to hear me talk more to you about pedestrian safety, because pedestrians are the most vulnerable road users. If you don't have a sidewalk, you need to walk toward traffic so they can see you. If you're riding a bike, you need to ride your bike with the flow of the traffic. Seek professional help. I'm going to a conference to learn about pedestrian safety. That's a professional conference. I can learn, I'll get handouts, I'll get flyers, and then I'll share that information with you. I might even be able to interview a professional and gain more insight, because I want to grow as a professional, and the better I become, the better you'll become. Remember, anxiety is common. You want to take your time. If you feel nervous, you want to take a deep breath, you want to relax. Safety should always be first. Let's continue. Expertise and experience. I have both, but I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to elevate. And when I grow and elevate, we all learn more. The driver's ed community learns more. You learn more. A great driving teacher should have a thorough understanding of driving laws, regulations and rules. They should be considerable and have a good experience. A clean driving record. I have a clean driving record. No tickets, no accidents. I have to be, or I won't be licensed and certified by the state or country. So I have to follow the rules to a higher standard. They identify as a professional driving instructor, and I'm happy to be a professional driving instructor, but I want to continue to grow. Patience and empathy. I have a lot of empathy. I was driving a student going a little too slow, the light changed, we had to slam brakes. You got to be careful. You want to go with the flow of the traffic. Being empathetic, learning to drive can be a nerve-wracking experience. Nerves, N-E-R-V-E-S. Some students need more empathy, more caring, more support. I am that person. If this is bringing you value and you're learning something, give this a thumbs up right now. Good driving teachers are patient and understanding. I'm patient as well as understanding that we're all different. I try to create a supportive and encouraging environment. The environment is in the car when we're driving. The environment is on the expressway. The environment is in a downtown urban area. The environment is in a rural area. The environment could be in Dallas, Texas. The environment could be in downtown Detroit. The environment could be in Chicago. Every environment has more pedestrians, more laws, so you have to be safe, and you have to understand the environmental factors that are out there. Good instructors also are very concise. They keep to the minimum conversation, not to confuse you. They're clear. They're supportive. Clear communications is really important because I want you to be relaxed. I don't want you to grip the wheel really hard. You should have your hands in there multiple ways. 10 and 2, 9 and 3, 7 and 5. AAA, which is a national organization across the United States, recommends 7 and 5. We know there's an airbag in the center, so we're not trying to blow our thumbs off. So you want to find a hand position that is comfortable for you. You're going to learn from your instructor. You're going to learn from your mom and dad. You're going to learn from your parents. You're going to learn from your cousin. Find something that works for you. Next, adaptability. We're all different. I'm 6'4". I weigh 260. I will adjust to seat different than someone who's 6'1", 180, or someone who is 5'10", 195 pounds. Each of us has different biomechanics. I have very long arms, so I need to be sitting back from the steering wheel, not on top, but back. So the airbag, if it deploys, doesn't hit me in the face. Your instructor has to create that supportive environment. I mentioned that. The focus is safety. That's number one thing. We don't want to have an accident. A driver's ed instructor and his or her student should never be speeding. We should understand traffic rules, roundabouts, merging on expressway, rules of the right of way, and being able to be empathetic if someone doesn't understand something. A good driving teacher is articulate. They articulate instructions clearly and concisely. They support and understand students. Each of us has a different need: support, direction, guidance. The focus has to be safety. Defensive driving is a huge element in driving. First, you have to learn to drive, learn to keep your car in the lane, learn to check your blind spots. Yes? All right, I'm on. Give me a couple minutes to sit over there. Let's sit over there. Thank you. So you have to put together those elements. It's very important that you understand your purpose. Your purpose. Did you guys go to lunch?
No, we got a lunch, but we had ate it on Instructor.
Okay, you're good. So understanding your goal is super important. Being here to service and help people should be the goal, and that's the only goal. You got to drive with confidence. Confidence to help, confidence to teach, and confidence to grow, because we all are different. Positive attitude is extremely important. Have a positive attitude. Learn from your mistakes. Learn to get better every single day. Observe feedback. Feedback is extremely important, and good instructors will give you that feedback and allow you to elevate and allow you to grow. Observing a student's feedback is really important. The performance should closely match what you did in driving. If you ran a light, I need to tell you why I think it happened. Maybe you were going too slow, or maybe you were following a car too closely, or maybe you just weren't paying attention. I shouldn't scold you. I should not snap on you. I should support you. Mistakes do happen in real time. Real, R-E-A-L, time, T-I-M-E. A good instructor is aware of the conditions. The first drive is the most dangerous. So what you need to do is trust your instructor, trust the process, because we don't want to crash. Good instructors help students plan lessons. I do that. I talk to your parent, I talk to your guardian, and I plan to help you grow. There are different scenarios: downtown traffic, suburban traffic, rush hour traffic. I want to say thank you. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. I also have a podcast. It's called Driving with Myles. It's on Spotify. I want you to listen to it, leave comments, and I want to say thank you so much. Bye.